moments ago when I was coming up. And so when I'm here, your immediate early genes are turning on. But when I come closer, there's a whole set of genes. Can you feel the difference? You know, I'm just physically closer proximity. So what you take in and who you take it in from is really important, because it's true. You know who I am. I'm a good person, and I mean the best for you, and I see the best in you. You want people around you like that, not the people that are finding fault. It makes a really big difference, and this concept of mirror neurons has been around for about 10 or 15 years, and I take it really seriously. I pretty much keep people at arm's length that aren't positive towards me, that don't care about who I am as a person. Because you know what? I can't afford that in my brain. I don't want to start echoing that. I don't want to start mirroring negativity. I want to mirror what's good in the world. I want to mirror what's forward thinking. So we devised a therapy that Ernest called the Creative Psychosocial Genomic Healing Experience. Now, I can't remember that predictably, so I renamed it Mind-Body Therapy Transformations, because I can remember that. That's the difference between Ernest and I. So we had an opportunity to do genomic research on the kind of therapy that we do. And we work with a group from the University of Salerno in Italy. We also work with a group of the University of Napoli, in Naples, Italy. And we sure hope at some point we're going to be pairing with people in India to bring this forward. So, I think, oh, there we go. So, with this mind-body transformations therapy, and as part of the handouts of the Brief Psychotherapy Conference, you'll be able to see what the actual protocol is and whatnot, and so I'm not going to be going over that now. But, we tried to standardize what it is that we do. Do you know how difficult that is? To standardize a living, breathing psychotherapy? It's very difficult to do, but we made our attempts. And so we did 2 studies, and they're both really small studies. I would consider them pilot studies, but we got a direction. And what we wanted to know is, are genes turned on and off as a result of the therapy that we do? And I'm going to take it a step further and generalize it. Could this be true with every good therapy? I like mine. That's why I do it. But I don't think that my therapy that I do is superior to the therapies that you do. But I want to know what's underneath a therapy that's really good. So we had a protocol, and you'll see the CPGHE. That's the Creative Psychosocial Genomic Healing Experience, and that's why I changed it to Mind-Body Therapy Transformations. Because on account of that, I can't remember that. So what we found in the first study is 3 really robust findings. So what we did is, before the therapy, we took blood samples and we had the entire genome analyzed. So like 23,000 genes thereabout, between 22,000 and 30,000. It's not a fixed number exactly. And then immediately after therapy, we took blood samples, and then 24 hours later, we took blood samples. And so what we found is that the stem cell activation happened. Now, stem cells are what's going to create new tissues in your body. You can create new neurons, new connections, new skin cells, new heart cells. We don't know what stem cells, where they went, but the genes got turned on to create new stem cells. We also found there was a reduced cellular stress happening. And we found antioxidants and anti-inflammatories got turned on. So when you think about this kind of thing that could happen with 1 hour's worth of therapy. Now the therapy was real. These were people that had real issues. And in an hour's time, they did a unit of work. They were able to do something that they were satisfied with. And it turned on the genome. There was a study that was published just before ours, and it was with a meditation study. And they wanted to be good scientists, and so they made the meditation study in a way that is easy to reproduce. And in this meditation, they said the number 1 over and over again. That was the meditation. 1, 1, 1, 1. This is not something that I could personally do for 20 minutes. You know, I can't concentrate on the number 1. It's a brilliant design. But in our study, we actually did real therapy, real individual therapy with people. And in the meditation study, they did not get the stem cells that turned on. So the second study that was done, this time we had 18 individuals. The other time we only had 3. Obviously, still pilot studies. And what we found, we wanted to see, again, more about what would happen with gene expression. And so, as I had said, before the therapy, immediately after the therapy, and then 24 hours later. So we found, isn't this a clever slide? My friend from France made this slide, that various elements of gene families that got turned on and turned off. There was something like 200 families of genes that got turned on and turned off. I think that that's really exciting, that our mind can affect our bodies like this. It's a top-down approach. The vast majority of research is the bottoms-up approach, where you're looking at, you take a drug, and then you see how that's affecting your mind. Obviously, the drug study, there's a lot of money for that. For our studies, not so much. And so they've been self-funded by the researchers, and it's very expensive research, which is why there's, we have low numbers with it. So these are just some of what got turned on. And I have this in, you'll be able to read the papers on this that are on those websites. And so it's not necessary to try to figure all this stuff out right now. But it's, it's really pretty exciting when you can see, these elements that have an awful lot to do